Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Introducing the Soul Collection by Brilliant Earth, the global leader in ethically sourced fine jewelry. Designed for everyday elegance, this exclusive new collection features timeless rings and bracelets, made with recycled gold and silver, and adorned with beyond conflict-free diamonds to celebrate your unique style and story. Energizing and iconic, the Soul Collection reflects what makes Brilliant Earth a beacon in the industry. Recognizable design, careful craftsmanship, and an unwavering commitment to quality, sustainability, and transparency. Drawing inspiration from the warmth and energy of the sun, Soul is more than jewelry. It's an expression of your personality. Find the pieces that resonate with you and discover a radiant addition to your forever collection. The Soul Collection, available exclusively at Brilliant Earth. Be light. Be you.
Do you think right now somewhere like LeBron James has COVID and Aaron Rodgers is outside somewhere punching the air because like he got dragged, but like LeBron James did everything right and still got it, and then like everyone's gonna be like, yeah, but he's like a fucking hero, you know?
I know
Of course.
I know he's smirking at the very least.
You mean he hasn't been doing that all season with his attitude alone? Like,
Nah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
His fucking like greasy Italian plumber look in that last game, it bothers the shit out of me, dude. Like that, like
Yeah.
he looks like Donnie Brasco. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still at the same time, he's but much like anything though,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
in the right. It wouldn't surprise me considering like how everything in society's coming out. Like news is so damn dry right now. They're talking
Yeah.
about the election, you know, the thing that didn't happen but it did, and then
Dog.
the funny part about like Trump had
People-
COVID the entire time, and it's
Yeah,
like,
and he fucking, you know, here's how scary COVID was. Trump was like in the every category of like the person who should die from COVID, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
And he fucking beat it.
like nothing too.
Yeah, he was like, I fucking ate McDonald's and they gave me ibuprofen. And they were like, that's it. And then everyone went, huh? And then that's when they were like, no, you can't go outside now. You got to wear 3 masks. You got to fucking wear 2 condoms.
the key to his survival was the McDonald's for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
kind of like the same thing with June Foray. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like for a while there, the Reaper was like, I'll get to you when I get to you. I'll get to you when I get to you.
Yeah.
You know, and the lady was damn near like what 101 or some shit.
She
Then
was-
he finally
she was-
showed up.
Jesus.
He was like looking at her, is like, look, you want to do this or what?
Yo, we're going to do this. Like, that's the one person he's actually going to fist fight to death because it's just like, it's a fucking breath of fresh air. You wanna do
If
this?
you win, you'll get at least 5 more minutes.
Yeah. Here's what's unfair is like you have all these celebrities that like we should, you know, like fucking Paul Mooney is dead, but like fucking Pete Davidson is still around. How fucking unfair is that shit?
Eh.
You know what
I mean, like, you know, like you're taking a legend and you're taking with somebody that wishes that he was a legend.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kind of
Pete
like the whole
Davidson-
Kim Kardashian thing. Like everybody's all in fawning about that. I'm like, what are
Here's-
y'all talking about?
Here's my like here's what I think with the newest news of like Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian, right? I made a joke once that Pete Davidson is like the 9/11 Make-A-Wish Foundation kid. He's like the one. He's the one that got it, right? He's on SNL. He got fucking Ariana Grande. He was on Jimmy Fallon even saying like, "Well, I think it feels like I want a prize every day," because he did. He got a Make-A-Wish Foundation prize, right? So think about this. Like, there's no way he deserves any of this shit. Like, it's Pete Davidson. That's like saying, hey, you know who's fucking dating Kim Kardashian? The guy who played Steve Urkel. Like, think about this. Like, it seems fucking unfathomable. Like, it's insane that Pete Davidson is still around with all his like, oh, I'm fucking depressed. I'm sad. I suffer from anxiety. And it's like,
Who doesn't?
Right. I can't stop beating off and I hate going outside. Yeah, me too, dude. All right.
What you do in your private life, man, is only our concern when the shit's on Facebook,
Yeah, it's only our concern when you're fucking Ghislaine Maxwell's buddy.
And oh yeah. Oh, which
Yeah.
by the way, like I love how there was no reports about that whole trial going down.
Ain't it
You
grand?
know?
And now that the pilot's in court, like telling everyone who he saw on the plane, it's like, we can't talk about this. This is sensitive information. It's like,
But you'll allow a 17-year-old kid that doesn't even live in a town to run with his AR-15 and pow, 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 take out two people.
It's crazy because, like, you guys never just wanted to get on a plane and have like a bunch of 7-year-olds rub your feet?
No. Never had that dream.
It's never crossed your mind to hop on the plane with Matt Groening and just get your feet rubbed by a little 13-year-old kid?
I figured it happens on Southwest. So.
Like, yo, why are these fucking Virgin Atlantic planes so fucking cheap? And you're like, they hit you with the LED lights, and then they put that fucking black mask on you, and they're like, if you close your eyes, you can pretend it's a chick. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
With your fucking cum all over your pants. I don't know. I just imagine, like, when you're on a plane and you're like, okay, just say, for instance, because it's on record, Stephen Hawking. I don't know what Stephen Hawking is doing on an island. God forbid that guy falls in the water or some shit. Like, what the fuck is he doing near a body of water? He's on there and he's super glued to a wheelchair, right? So, like, you have to imagine if his fight or flight senses kicked in and he's on a plane. Stephen Hawking's existence must have been like the guy from like the Enter the Sandman music video for fucking Metallica, the one who's got like no arms, no legs, can't see, can't breathe, but knows he's fucking alive, right? And he's just writhing in pain. Because then Stephen Hawking's sitting there, and here comes these like 7-year-olds in like hula skirts with like Jergens lotion. I don't know what the fuck is happening on that plane. And they're like, Mr. Hawkins, you want us to rub your feet? And he's thinking, and the computer's just like, God, no, please don't. And then like, it can't fucking communicate fast enough, right? And then, now he's just lumped in with a bunch of sickos. If he wasn't a sicko, I mean.
Well, not only that, but why the hell was he there in the first damn place?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, is that not the greatest fall guy ever? They're like, nah, look, guess who I just made friends with? And like, Ghislaine's like, who, Epstein? Tell me. And he's like, fucking Stephen Hawking. And they're like, yes. Right, perfect Patsy. Can't speak. No one would believe him except if he's talking about fucking the moon or some shit like that. Aliens or what the fuck, whatever the fuck. Stephen, what was Stephen Hawking
the black hole
for?
theory?
The black hole theory.
Well, now it's even crazier now when you put it in that context.
He might have been talking about a different type of black hole.
Yeah, maybe he's talking about the fucking Hershey Highway.
It could have been, but it's like
7-year-old black hole.
Still,
yeah.
He wouldn't have seen any jail time. Come on now, he wouldn't have seen that.
Oh my god!
I mean, like, they're having such a hard time bringing these people to light because of all the elitism. So I mean, think about it.
Also, I mean, like,
because he totally killed himself.
Oh
totally.
Yeah, no, completely.
You see how
Everybody
much work he did to himself,
and the internet went out, and the power went out, and then everyone went blind.
Yeah,
you know,
and lots of people didn't pay attention because wasn't there something else going on at the same time too, that like totally robbed the airwaves? It had to have been.
It's probably like the news of Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian fucking or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, because like,
did you see this? And Epstein's like fighting for his life in the background.
Because Kim's totally a virgin when it comes to these men she bring home.
A virgin. Kim Kardashian, dog, has to be literally like the inside of her snatch must be like the oldest public bus known to man.
Well, that or probably like the oldest catcher's mitt you can think of.
Again, catcher's mitt, just like pounded out oiled leather.
Yeah, you see sick. All this dust coming from it and shit. Yeah. Like everything's like falling apart. Yeah, I'm good for game time.
To tie a rubber band around it.
It's like when you put your hat in a cup to bend the bill. You're like, God damn, this thing has like, it's just all contours, like not even a hat. It's just like a
Bishop T.D. Jakes wrote something like that. Woman, thou art loose.
Bishop T.D. Could you imagine like the Bishop T.D. Jakes guide to the Kardashians?
Oh hell yeah, he would have been all in the special and everything, as Medea and as himself.
Good God Almighty. Oh man, one thing we have to credit for is like, I guess for like the OnlyFans fans. Is that without like that simpy like neckbeardy boyfriend that they find on Instagram that just makes them feel like their opinions are valid or whatever the fuck they do, right? That's like super cool with everything, and and all that shit. Like, that guy encourages that girl to keep doing OnlyFans, right? So without that guy, she probably wouldn't feel as encouraged. So we should all just kind of like say thank you to the boyfriends that they find that are just like super cool with showing off titties. Because I'll tell you one thing, I've had a bunch of chicks get mad at me for just like sending dick pictures to everybody that I know. And I thought to myself, like, one day, this is way in the past, you know? I thought, one day I can make a living doing this.
I mean, at least you inspired to keep on going to places. I mean,
yeah, I'm a free boy with this big old cock. I don't know. You know what I do? If I was dating a girl who did OnlyFans, what I would do is I would get her a cameo from a real porn star. And then write some real sad like bio thing. Like if I could get Jana Jameson and be like, all you got to do is get addicted to meth and then beat that, write a book, and next thing you know, you'll be a legitimate porn star, baby. That'll be it. And I'll be like, hey, baby, I know you won't let me hit it, and you got that weird ass Amazon wish list that everybody can just buy you shit. So look at me over here just jacking off in the corner, watching you open up boxes of like, you know, fucking air fryers and shit like that, or whatever you have on your wish list. Air fryers and socks. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, there's gonna have to be an air purifier here so we can get all the dick smell out. Come on, get it out, get it out.
Oh, like the looby smell.
Yeah, like, you know.
Hey man, nothing Febreze can't fix.
Oh, too much Febreze can't fix. We're gonna have to burn this fucking mattress and everything.
I just want to get like an industrial Costco-sized jar of Febreze, whatever that liquid is, so I can just dump it on like a mattress.
Yeah, burn that shit, dude. Just there ain't no more mattress, man. Burn it.
Yeah, true. OnlyFans is. I feel like it's. Do you think something like OnlyFans has strengthened relationships or has it hurt relationships? Because I would imagine you're going into Christmas and you'd want to buy her something, but like that wish list. If she's like, hey, baby, what do you want? She's like, I got everything I need. And then, like, your side of the house is just empty. It's like cobwebs and fucking empty picture frames.
You know, once again, like, if anything, going back to it, I think it really just depends on the people involved, you know? I think it really does. Because, like, for a long time, people have said, like, Facebook ruined relationships. And it has in some regards.
I think Facebook has ruined families and friendships more than
Well, it's doing that now. That now, but
I think it ruined our governmental election process. I don't give a
It has done that which was on the decline anyway, but
yeah. But now everything's meta, so we'll be all right.
No, we won't. But like, if anything, oh, by the way, remember when OnlyFans was bleeding out? Not to say that it isn't now.
Kinky.
Yeah, well, you know, take some. But the point is like, as it was bleeding out, like a lot of people ran over to Fansly. I remember covering that too. I was like, there's other sites out there. No shit. Here we go. You got to figure where there's one, there's the other. Like, as we talk about OnlyFans, it's kind of like talking about MySpace after a while, whereas Fansly is more or less like Facebook trying to take over. So that's kind of the way it is. And then there's like Venmo. You can do anything on Venmo. So
here's my thing. On any of these platforms, can I just like proudly announce that I'm whipping my dick out for money and not get judged finally?
Well, you should have been doing that anyway, man. You a king like me. Wave your scepter around, son.
Wiggle
Let the air hit it.
Yeah, I just like, because is it like, yeah, I guess showing off your body is normalized or whatever, but to me, if you're a guy, you really can't, like, you can't just be on Instagram going, hey, y'all, just waking up. What do you think of my new shorts? And your dick's all out and shit or whatever, right? Or like trying to show off like a half chub or whatever. And then
you need a 6-pack and a 10-incher.
A 10-incher. Yeah, right. That's why I use the fisheye lens on everything.
Make a difference, son.
I'm just like, damn. It could be a yard long.
Shit's gone really crazy with that as of late. Like when I mentioned Venmo and all that stuff, I'm like, it's so easy for these people to actually make money. They really don't have to. You know?
I think you have to. Would you guys be okay with, like, I guess you could, in a way, selling a part of yourself, right? Like you're trying to sell a part of yourself.
Well, we do that when we do podcasting, but go on.
Yeah, but like I feel like with that you can be you. I feel like when someone's going to take a picture of you and like you force yourself to smile or look happy, right? When like you were just sitting there playing Madden. And your friend's posting like, oh, chilling with the homies. And everyone looks at the camera like, well, you're playing Madden. But in reality, a millisecond before that, you were like all pissed off because you were losing and shit.
For the record, I have never smiled while playing Madden.
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't. I've never even smiled opening a box to Madden. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll kind of introduce it in a positive way. You've heard us talk shit. You've heard us spit some game. You've heard us give you some. If your girl's on OnlyFans, if the Amazon wish list is a little packed in, just fucking see what else will surprise her, like dignity.
Make sure that dugout's clean.
That dugout, get her get her like a lifetime Summer's Eve mail box subscription. It comes with my Dollar Shave Club.
We need to get them as a sponsor.
Summer's Eve, yeah. Huh? We should be like, hey, we're just keeping the shit fresh. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, you might know me. You can know me as Marco. You can know me as Washed. To me, I might be your mom's fucking favorite, right? But this is me. This is my voice. I've got J360, J-Man as we call him, Jay sometimes. The ladies call him Mr. Dugout. I don't even know what that means. J360, do you want to introduce yourself to the audience? Say hello. Give them a little taste of that sweet-ass voice you got there.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hi, I'm J-Man, leader of J360 Productions, and it's an honor to be here on SOTA again with my good friends, of course. And by the way, Al's not with us right now. He's out in the streets.
May he rest in peace. Oh, sorry. No, Al's good. Yeah. Al is missed, but he will join us when he has time next time. Aside from that, the other voice anybody just heard is a great dude, a good guy as they call him, a musician, a creative one at that. And I swear I have to get to the track that he sent me, and I just fixed my Logic because it fucking bugged out. So that whatever. Anyways, Mucifer, you might know him as El Chimpango. You can find him on Instagram as right. I think he started a Fansly, is what Jay brought up earlier. It's not
actually.
Really
I started a Patreon.
Did you really?
Keeping it classy.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
No, keep it classy.
I'm just taking clips of the Joe Budden podcast and then just like cropping them a little different and then throwing them up there for like half the price. That's how I'm gonna make my fucking money. That's my NFT. I flipped the image on a Joe Budden podcast. Whatever, gentlemen. Since we've done this, it's been a holiday. First off, how was your holiday breaks? How were you guys? Any good conversations? Any awkward ones? Any good stories? Did you watch the football games? Any thoughts on it? Was the Cowboys game rigged?
Oh, God damn it.
Yo, I've never seen so many flags thrown outside of like a gay pride parade in my fucking life, dude. What the fuck?
But they more than made up for it today, so at least you have that.
Okay, but like even the announcers were like, one of them was like, guys, the flags, what the fuck? Like and that was like the first 4 seconds of the post game. Like, wow.
Yeah.
So they got stuffed for Thanksgiving. That was pretty cool. But any good combo? Any combo worth talking about? Anybody getting some political spat? Anything?
Well, I enjoyed the parade. Parade was pretty good this year.
I didn't watch the parade this year. I actually forgot about it. Yeah, I like watching the parades though.
They still do that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they did a great job this time, and I mean they had the Sonic balloon out there this time. Like a lot of the performances look great. I think a lot of the bands were really good. Like yeah, they did a great job with this one.
What were the bands playing?
God, they played like a whole lot of great hits this time. I can't really name them right off. It was just really good.
Was it Coldplay?
Nah, they didn't have any of that.
Imagine Dragon.
Yeah.
They didn't have any of that, ironically.
Creed?
No.
This is the worst fucking parade ever.
I know.
Oh, you guys didn't even go, you fucking jerks.
You didn't even
I was
go.
there.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go, because they didn't play any Creed, Coldplay, or Imagine Dragon.
They didn't have any of my favorites. Fuck your favorite, son.
Yeah. Could you imagine just hearing Creed in the background like the sound creeping up on you on like a mobile back of a fucking float somewhere?
No, they played Nickelback.
Yeah.
Oh, well, nobody won.
Oh shit.
No, they ain't playing no damn Nickelback. I just said that for fun.
If they're playing
getting my hopes up.
Yeah, if they're playing the end credit song to Spider-Man, then I'm gonna sit there and listen to Nickelback. Just so you guys know.
I mean, that's a good
fair.
song though. That's a good song.
fair.
I am so high.
I can hear the
Isn't it funny that like,
ooh.
Damn,
I got
listen to
jams
that.
tomorrow. That shit hurt.
Damn, dude, you got to put that in jams.
Hell no.
Like, yo, this is a shout out for the upcoming Spider-Man movie. We got some Nickelback.
Oh man, if you don't throw that song in there somewhere somehow.
Yeah. Play that song as I'm trying to get the tickets and I'm beating up all the other people in the way.
Yeah, I know. All for the NFTs.
They say that a hero.
That'd be sick if one of the NFTs is just like a copy of that song, like on a fucking CD.
Nah, that's too clever. But anyway, you were saying...
Yeah. We gave you.
Oh no, the original, like the original fucking
masters.
The master, yeah.
That'd be sick. Just 2 reels.
Yep.
Just fucking 2 reels of audio.
They did it in 2 takes.
Yeah. Oh my god, wasn't the guy from Saliva in that fucking song?
Yeah, Josie Scott.
Yeah, he was.
Josie Scott. Oh my god. I will give this movie credit if the end credit song is just Nickelback and Josie Scott. This movie has to do everything that Spider-Man 1 did for me to even like it.
I'll take a cover.
Right. I'll take like a little yachty cover of fucking Nickelback's, or a fucking
Lost like Juice WRLD track.
Yeah, I want Boonk Gang and Imagine Dragons and Logic to get on a song together and fucking make me cringe out of my own anus.
I'll take a Logic song, sure.
I cringe so hard I shed my skin. Yeah. That's fucking nuts.
Oh my god.
Ah man, yeah, I didn't have any like you always hear these stories of people having like fucking terrible Thanksgiving conversations. I've never had any of that.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Nah.
Is that a white myth? Is that a white urban legend?
I don't even know if it's a urban legend. I think it's just exclusively it happens in white households.
Well, if it's white, we can't call it urban. We have to call it suburban legend.
There it is.
Right?
Suburban myth.
The suburban legend. I know what you did last summer based on the suburban legend. 4 white people and like Moesha going on an adventure together.
Moesha.
Fucking Moesha, man. Didn't she?
Oh, they were
fucking
trying to
kill a
bring
lady?
that back too, right?
Yeah, I think they're doing a remake of. I know what you did last summer.
gosh.
They already did it.
Well, maybe they'll get to
that explains
maybe they'll get to the bottom of who kidnapped Miles, motherfucker.
Fucking.
I watched the first episode because I was just curious and I'm like, it was long and painful.
That's what she said.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, about Jay.
Like
it wasn't even painfully enjoyable, was it?
She got the dugout treatment.
Yeah.
I could not have cared any less.
Oh wow.
It's what like that MTV tried to do a pretty good fucking marketing job with Scream Queens. Remember that shit? And I thought it was gonna be like based on the movie Scream.
No.
Right? Like I thought it was like a funny MTV like Teen Wolf style flip on it.
Yeah.
I watched it for about 4 minutes and realized it's about a bunch of fucking broads that aren't gonna. It looks like a Skinamax movie, but like nothing cool happens. Like I don't see a nipple or nothing.
Wasn't it like like what is that shit?
Crap.
That no, but like American Idol. So like whoever won was supposed to be in a movie or some shit.
Right.
It nenever happened.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what the fuck is this a reality show? Is this a scripted thing? Like, what is the logic to this shit?
Yeah.
And where is logic? Shit. I had 2 questions. Where is logic, and what is the logic? And
he was retired, and then he unretired. What the fuck was that?
Will he make another song about another hotline I can call?
Oh man.
Yeah. Fucking. I just want to die. What a song. What a fucking groundbreaking song. And then the chorus is a phone number.
Wow. What's funny is guess what? Even with that remake, Miles was still kidnapped, so it never got solved. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like having those. Wow. If the J-Man show ended on a cliffhanger, that'd be wow. Anyway,
it should end on Where's Miles?
Just gonna end like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Power Rangers shit ended on cliffhangers too.
I know.
Fucks.
Yeah, dude. You can finish that movie. Come on, man. Like, we can figure it out. They made the fucking Ooze guy a villain. I didn't know who the fuck that was, and that was a pretty good one. That was a pretty sick-ass movie.
I feel like they just made him up on the spot.
They were like, what if he had boogers? And they're like, what if he had boogers everywhere? And they're like, all right.
We can't put green boogers. Let's put purple boogers.
Yeah. We gotta sell this gack we built.
I mean, like you said before, it's like, I don't know what the hell they're aiming for when they do these movies. They're not going to be masterpieces. They're just going to be something appealing and fun.
They're supposed
Sometimes
to be
that's all a
fun,
movie needs
man.
to be.
Yeah. Like half of the shit we remember from as being kids, like B movies, they're just supposed to be fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, like, Suburban Commando is what it is. All right. Like, it's fun. Okay. Meteor Man is fun. I can tell the fucking difference. My brain, I'm not fucking that gone out of my mind that I think that if they reboot Meteor Man, it's literally got to be like ultra fucking serious, right? It can just be stupid. I'm gonna get this first topic, and they say that this holiday may not live up to the past gift-giving celebrations because of the supply chain shortages. But I think after the crazy year and a half the world has shared, there's one thing that we can all happily give each other this Christmas. That's more COVID. Oh shit. Well, both. I'll take, if a BJ gives me COVID, I mean, it's better than fucking herpes. That's right, Omarion. My bad. The Omicron. The new strain, is the new hot ticket this season. The question is, will you be lucky enough to get it? I wrote this before finding out LeBron James actually had it. But I don't think he's gone to Africa anytime soon. But here's a report.
This morning, the Biden administration is taking new and immediate action to fight the spread of the Omicron variant, extending the federal mask requirement in all airports, planes, trains, and buses through mid-March, and mandating stricter testing for every international traveler, including Americans arriving from foreign airports starting next week.
The new regulation, if you want to call it that, is that anybody and everybody who's coming into the country needs to get a test within 24 hours of getting on the plane to come here.
Do you think that's actually going to happen? Do you think, like, all the reports so far, people are saying, like, the symptoms are mad mild, right?
Yeah.
Like, super mild. And call it what you want. It was like I guess you could say in a conspiratorial way, what perfect timing that the news of this comes out, like literally the day everyone's going to be out shopping with each other. Right? So don't forget, put a mask on. Did you hear about this Omarion variant? So, like, do you think I thought they were testing people coming back from flights. Did they stop doing that shit?
I think it was one of those things where they said they were going to do it, but never actually did it. And it's only until someone's like, aren't you supposed to like do this? Or they're like, huh? Oh, yeah, no, forget it. You're fine. Just keep going.
The way I used to respond to my parents, they said, did you take out the trash yet? And I go, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Go rush and do it when they're not looking real quick. So
exactly. It's kind of like they forgot what they said.
Yeah, I just, like, there's all these rumors about it came from Africa and some guy held down a bat and fucked it. Now he got COVID or whatever. So, like, I just don't understand how this could be how is this a surprise? Like, wasn't Africa one of the hardest hit places on record at first? And then they kind of like plateaued and managed. And then now they're saying too, like, Africans in general are like literally 50% of one of the studies of people that they polled don't want to take the vaccine because they don't trust it. Right? Now, also, there are historical ties to the fact that when they were testing out the polio vaccine in Africa, potentially botched vials of polio vaccines administered incorrectly because they were also injected into monkey test subjects, but needles had gotten contaminated. When injected into humans, created the first couple of cases of what we came to know as AIDS. All right?
Yeah.
So, like, you can understand why they would not want this to happen because they're saying it comes from South Africa. But then I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know if this is just ignorant of me, but I'm thinking, who's flying to South Africa for Thanksgiving? Right? Like,
yeah.
Because I thought foreign flights were all kind of,
they were limited.
That's what I thought, right? Like, I thought all this shit was happening, and then like I don't know. It just blew my mind. It blew my mind on the fact that, like, I thought we were fucking testing people anyways. I thought when you came in from, like, a overseas flight, you had to still quarantine for, like, a week.
Yeah. Hey, man,
Yeah,
you gotta
not.
you gotta convince people to get your booster one way or another, right?
Right.
Why
And
not
that
just
feels agenda too. It
Yeah.
feels just like
Do you guys think that could be it? Right? Could it be like it's not super deadly because people aren't like dead from it, but there's this like other thing going around, especially with like within the country right now. There's tons of people just not even taking up jobs in the sectors that will be forced to take it. Right?
Yeah.
right.
And it's up to the person if they want to take it or not. That's everyone's like personal thing to fucking take the shot, right?
Or at
If they
least
want
it used to be.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is so now you have people going like, well, dude, if I take this fucking gig, they're going to like jab me up for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not only that, like I can't even leave my house without having a fucking vaccine card.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To me, it just seemed like how not ironic in a funny haha way, but how fucking ironic that like it's announced on a Black Friday moment when like you know for sure people are going to be out, right? So there's nothing that you can nothing you can fearmonger to control people on their things because you know on record they said this too. There was another study that came out that said plane tickets sales were super low because people chose to drive out of state.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that also goes to show you that nobody wanted to get fucking temperature checked, whether vaccinated or not.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not sticking that thermometer at my butthole.
Exactly. Like this. Like first you want me to like fucking spread my cheeks and cough for you now. You're gonna put a finger in my ass. You want me to take my shoes off, look through my laptop, see if I have any dildos or whatever fun toys I want to bring with me.
And
on top of
packing's
that-
already a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. And then like and then you want to temperature check me. Like at some point you're either my doctor or you're not my doctor if you're gonna be poking my asshole and my mouth. Or you're my boyfriend.
Sometimes with the same tool.
Yeah.
Can I at least put this on my OnlyFans page?
Yeah, yeah. Yo, why does this thermometer taste so shitty? You know what I mean? Like you're tacking on all these things, and Fauci says it like everyone's gonna go, yeah, man, you're fucking right. Let's do it. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right, dude. If
Fauci has been doing a lot of frumbling lately.
That man is. If you're having a rough 2021, he's having a rougher one right now. Yeah, we won't even talk about his fucking emails and all that shit. Like Jay, you mentioned, like if it's counterproductive, and you've joked about this, and it's brilliant. Like my narrative, my sweet and tender narrative,
my narrative.
Yeah. So like, if it doesn't fit in that structure, do not talk about it.
That's
right?
it.
Just please don't fucking talk about it, because if this thing accidentally red pills or blue pills or whatever that Matrix analogy is, then like that's it. We just lost control of like a whole season of people, right? God forbid, does anybody even get the fucking regular cough anymore?
I do.
Right.
What's the regular cough anyway, man? Because there's so much shit out there now. It's like
I've had 2 colds within like a couple of months of each other,
right?
But no COVID.
I've only had 1 flare up, and those sores weren't even bad, right?
I mean, as for me, let's see, that virus is still going strong. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm still.
I mean, yeah, because I already got the flu vaccine. I got vaccinated for COVID, and now people are talking about boosters. I'm like, damn, am I gonna get superpowers or am I gonna get high from these drugs? What's gonna happen next?
Superpowers? That'd be fucking rad. Well, like you bring up superpowers, and sometimes, Jay, we stumble upon mystical powers that we never knew we had. It's a fantasy for some, like you said, you know. I mean, hopefully it doesn't come from the fucking vaccine, because that'd be fucking scary. You'd be like the guys from Chronicle. But for one lucky YouTuber, he was able to live beyond his reported death, eventually announcing to the world that he wasn't dead at all. But even after he died just after that, it turns out he was kind of right. Because with stories like these... With with stories like these, his legend will live on forever.
A popular YouTuber has died just days after assuring fans he wasn't dead. Apator, a Norwegian YouTuber with over 1.2 million subscribers, posted his last video on November 22nd with the title, "I am not dead, I am 57 today."
School.
In it, Apator, whose real name was Tor Eckhoff, wore the number 57 across his forehead as he chopped wood, took an ice bath, and gave his signature Viking Fjord vodka toast that subscribers had come to expect.
School.
Eckhoff's partner said on Facebook he was in an icy lake for too long while filming a video for the Apator channel. She wrote he was picked up by divers and sent by air ambulance to the hospital, where a day later, the 57-year-old died from his injuries on November 26th.
They found him in an ice cube, giant one.
Apator's videos embrace the joy in both travel and everyday life.
And
As a
stupidity.
rectal cancer survivor in 2018, Tor Eckhoff was determined to enjoy each ice bath and swig of vodka along his journey.
School.
This is Inside Edition Digital.
Man.
What the
What the fuck kind of news was that?
Rest in power, King.
No. Hold on a minute.
Nah, fuck that guy.
Look.
Nah, fuck off.
The fact that there
Wow.
was the
He
fact
beat
that there
cancer.
was
I'm like, rest in power, King. And you're like, nah, fuck that man.
no, I'm really thinking this though. It's like I'm not saying no to him. Yeah, sure, go ahead, R.I.P. But the thing is, when it comes to the news, they took the time to report this shit and didn't tell you anything. Like, what else? I was like, what the fuck? Oh,
Yeah,
but be sure
yeah.
to mention his subscriber count because it couldn't be that he was a big time YouTuber. I never knew who that was. He said he wasn't going to die. Then he didn't die from what he was supposed to die from, but he died in another form of irony. It's kind of like Grizzly Man when he was out there and saying like how mankind. You remember that shit? Like he's out there.
And the video is like the audio they rip because they won't even show anybody because they say it's like super fucked up, right? Is like you hear him going like, come on, Grimsley. He's like talking to the bear. I don't know what the fucking bear's name is, but he's like, no, shoo. And then you hear him get serious. Like he puts like bass in his voice, like, yo, dog, get away from me. And he has like a frying pan. and they say like on the audio, you can actually hear him hit the bear in the head with the pan like full force to where like it bends backwards, right?
Right.
And even after that, the bear just lets out this like guttural scream. You hear one whack, and then the reports from the autopsy are like, the bear hit him so fucking hard that it nearly decapitated him.
Of course it did.
But then you're thinking, that's super fucked up. That's super sad. Had only he had been like an innocent bystander that did not antagonize and try to live with bears for the last 6 months.
And
Like
he
an
was
idiot.
that damn close to him too. He was like, see, what I'm trying to say is that it's hard to feel sorry for this shit when you realize that it's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if somebody's like, "Hey Jay, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm doing great. Why are you running with that dynamite in your hands? Don't come close. What the fuck are you doing?" Boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or somebody does that to themselves, like, "Jay, I'm not dying today, but look at me inappropriately use all this stuff around here," and it's like they already wear themselves out and shit for the YouTube views. And I'm like, "Hey Jay, look at me eat some Tide Pod."
Oh
No.
yeah. When
You know,
people are
shit
like
like that.
surprised at like, wow, I have like bowel cancer now. I spent a whole summer being cool on the internet eating Tide Pods.
Or if you pour bleach in your eyes, you'll go blind. I mean, shit like that. You know?
That's the Ray Charles story, I think, right?
Well, you know, I was thinking it was Stevie Wonder, but
That's
hey,
the beginning of Daredevil.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
He was like, "Oh, I got Clorox in my eyes, but now I can see."
But
I
he's
can
got
see
radar sense.
Yeah, but now I can see through your bad intentions. Like that's
Yeah, I mean, like what it is.
sick ass
that
catchphrase.
Did the guy die from ice, or did he like die from hypertension? Like, what did he die from?
Well, I think if your body gets too cold, your heart will like literally seize up and stop beating.
So he did
Right.
all that shit. So yeah, like once again, that's like, no, I'm being for real.
No,
Like,
yeah.
when somebody eats like, okay, look, when you know somebody has a peanut allergy, right? And
Yeah.
you give them a Snickers and they eat that shit, I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
motherfucker
it's
did
true.
to himself.
It's like the
Like,
Beavis
you
and
know what
Butt
I mean?
episode where he's like the cop like thinks he caught Beavis and Butt drinking and they're drunk, but they're drinking like non-alcoholic beers. And then the guy goes,
Whole duels.
yeah. And the guy's like, goes, wait a minute, you guys aren't drunk. You're just stupid.
You're just stupid.
And they're like, yeah.
And the problem is that there are a lot of people out in the world that are like that.
And there's a lot of spoiled youth out there, man. Speaking of spoiled youth, fellas, well, not speaking of spoiled youth, but the actions of a spoiled youth. This guy wasn't drunk, but he was stupid. In the wake of another deadly mass shooting caused by a lost youth, I guess you could say, right? President Biden has just announced a new government body tasked with responding and preventing another one of these terrible events. The yet unnamed task force charged with spotting and monitoring suspicious activity online that may be linked to one of these types of events will be marked as a potentially harmful and active gunman, or FAG for short. A spokesperson said, the online history of the suspect in question had enough red flags to concern anyone. And fuck, I tried to say it straight the whole way. And if we can use that to prevent this from happening even once, then it's worth it. And as the Young Turks report, there was online red flags abundant.
We're learning more about the 15-year-old suspect in the Oxford High School shooting that took place this week, which led to the tragic deaths of 4 students. 7 others are injured and are still some of them are still receiving treatment for their injuries. Now, we're learning that there were warning signs prior to the shooting taking place, and we're also learning more details in regard to what the teachers were noticing about the students' behavior, the shooter's behavior, and we'll give you more details about his identity. His name has been released. Ethan Crumbly is his name, and we're now going to show you what the warning signs were and what prosecutors are now saying in regard to the charges that Crumbly is facing.
He faces 24 charges, including terrorism causing death and 4 counts of first-degree murder.
In terms of the premeditation required for a first-degree murder charge, this just wasn't even a close call, unfortunately.
Okay, so online suspicious activity, and even parents and teachers saw weird behavior from this kid. But like, this is a real question, like a real one. If you're a minority and you act a little odd, people make a fucking deal out of it, right?
Of course.
Okay. But do white kids, I don't mean this in a demeaning way, I'm just saying it because the overarching view of what this looks like is it's predominantly white children that do these things, right? At these schools like this, these types of activities. So, do white kids acting weird get kind of brushed off? Is it something, or is that a suburban myth? Suburban legend? If this kid has a bunch of online videos, right, and behavior in person that looks a little suspect in like scary ways, and in hindsight everyone goes, man, maybe all those videos about him talking about killing kids was like he was for real, right? Is that specifically overlooked in white youth, or is that because if you look at some of the most popular antics online now, I guess we bring him up every once in a while, but like Tekashi 6ix9ine made a fucking an urban legend out of himself by potentially bringing harm to others by almost antagonizing violent actions with guns involved. Right? But is that behavior because it seems so passe and like eye rolling now online? Is it just overlooked in general now? Because the old idea used to be like, oh, these are just troubled white kids seem to be doing all this. But there's a slew, and there has been a slew of violent type youth acting out. And the saddest form of it is it taking the life of anyone who's got a lot of promise, right? So regardless of your opinions of who they are and what they were about, something as sad as like the XXX Tentacion killing is just as sad to me as this, but then you look at behavior online and it's also antagonized at the same, like it's almost prodded and antagonized at the same time, right? So jokes aside, there is no obviously there's no governmental body going to call themselves FAG, PHAAG for short, right? But if you know, called that because of the potentially harmful and active gunman you could engage yourself with. But like, is violence, does it all just seem like cheap shit talking in today's world? People talking violently, I guess you could say, about violent actions, right? Because like we brought her up earlier, nothing to do with OnlyFans, but before she hit OnlyFans, that bad baby whatever girl talked super spicy to grown men and women.
Oh,
right?
of course she did.
You have online gangsters talking about shit. Oh, drop the Addy. You know, fucking 6ix9ine. The end of his career was filled with like potential gun plots against that fool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At some point, taking the lives of other people or putting their lives at risk. Crazy beefs. Right?
Right.
But it becomes almost like no pun intended here, white noise online. That was not on purpose.
Depends on what we're talking about per se. Now, is it overlooked when it comes to white kids? I'd like to say that, you know, nowadays they probably think like, oh, it's a phase, he'll outgrow it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then once again, it's people not being accountable and like saying, you know, like taking charge and looking over that and saying, you know what? Okay, what did you go through today? What did happen? Why would you want to do any of these things? You know, nobody's really understanding where the source of anger is coming from, if there is a source of anger or whatever. But, you know, once again, it's like nobody's pinpointing like what's the stigma behind all of it. Yeah. And yeah, they are overlooking people all the time because, hey, it's not your fucking responsibility to like, catch you in your ass and you're laying out there bleeding and shit.
Right.
So at that point, you know, like, what can we do about this? Well, guess what? I think you're about a few years too late because should have did this shit when Columbine happened. But guess what? You missed the boat on that. So I don't know whether it's once again, the United States is just saying, hey, guess what? We late and we don't know how to handle this problem. But with Joe Biden at the helm, fuck, that ain't getting solved anytime soon. So,
you know what's so funny? I wrote this stupid fucking line and I thought to myself, I wish he would fucking make a task force. I wish he would do something. Like, I hate the fact that I have to fucking make this up.
Oh, that's why a lot of us say be safe, man. Because it ain't just a formality. It's the truth. Yeah. Be safe, right?
Like, I don't know, man. It's sad and it's disturbing. It's sad that like you joke about it. And it's funny, but it's what makes it funny is the bittersweet part of it is like people will call it a phase.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, what about you, Moose? What do you think?
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny in the sense that like I laugh because there is absolutely nothing we can really do about it. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's true too.
It's what I say about everything. Like the only thing I can do right now is fucking laugh because there is like none of this shit makes any fucking sense, like whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. These white kids, man, they're something else for sure. They are something else. And it's funny, like that's that they chalk it up. They're like, oh, it like they brush it off so easily. Oh, it's he's just being himself right now. Like, how is that normal though?
It's
like
not.
It's not. It's not normal.
Yeah.
But that's also why all this shit is happening. You know what I mean? Because we're normalizing abnormal shit.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah, the Boonk gang guy got popular by running into fast food places and dumping shakes on himself. right? But then like somewhere in the link in his bio, there was a rap song. Like, what? What are you doing? But Tekashi's whole rollout was that, right? So now you have all these fucking kids that like, this behavior isn't even like red flaggable to the point where like it stands out. That's the scary shit to me, right?
Yeah.
Like it's in the muck and the fucking mess of what everybody sees on a constant daily fucking basis.
And the bar is so low, man. I mean, like, it doesn't take much to get like so many things on TikTok. I just did a thing where I was narrating over a fucking soup can picture.
Yeah.
And it managed to get a whole lot of views to it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wow.
Fucking insane.
It's weird what you could spend 2 days working on something and 30 people see it.
Mhm.
Right? Like,
oh, well, unless it's Instagram, because our old algorithm, it got to be relevant to my narrative.
see, that's the funny thing, dude. It's like, and that's sad. So you see that in the same way too for like nonchalant kids who are fucking, pun intended this time, this kid's gonna see how this fucking cookie crumblies, because that's his last name, right? Crumblies.
At least, but I didn't even know his story was a thing, man. I didn't know there was another shooting.
And that's another crazy thing too, because I didn't even find out for like a day or two. That's a sad fucking reality.
And very alarming, because that's, so then what is the news that they're talking about then,
Right,
if they're not
like,
talking about that news?
That's what I'm saying is like, so red flags, but why? Because you fucking were too stupid to see them or too lazy and apathetic to see them.
Yeah.
I like the second one, because that's pretty much what it is.
Right. Right. And
Like, a lot of people will tell you that they don't have role models like anything anymore either.
Yo, is it just is it the fact that like this shit is so common now that like it's not even like newsworthy anymore, or is it something else?
See, and that's, I think it's something else, and it's a bit of, I would say, I'll let you guys, Ajay, I'll let you answer, but I would say it's a bit of both, because we've done more to silence people giving their opinion on the fucking election or the vaccination, right?
Yeah.
And actually stopping violent acts. The only person killed and hurt during the January 6th thing was a woman shot by the security guard who
For
was
them
not
doing their
assaulting.
job.
Right. And that's the funny thing is, one for him doing his job, the other for her also pursuing her right to protest and alter or abolish. Whatever. It's however you want to see it. The difference is they were both partaking in an action here.
Women can protest?
Yeah. You know, like, we were so focused on countering speak that we won't counter actual actions.
Yeah. See, like, but the funny part about that is, remember when they were all like, these people plan to do this, for one thing. But another thing is that, like, a lot of these times you really should pay attention when people say that they're going to do something. Like, you should be concerned about it. Don't be blind to it.
Right.
Because that's why they catch you off guard anyway.
Mhm.
But it's like when people said that they were going to break into Area 51, little did you realize that Area 51 is actually a government institution, much like the Capitol building is, or the Pentagon.
Yeah, they'll shoot
They
you.
have,
They'll shoot
they
you
have
without
the
warning
right to shoot you.
Yeah.
If you go to the oil reserve, they have a right to shoot you.
Yeah.
That is what that person's job is to do. No questions asked. The fact that it was a security man that did it, not a sniper, that, on the other hand, is kind of a light sentence if you ask me. Because a sniper is supposed to just boom, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're done. You're gone in dust.
There's
and
three
nobody
rules.
asked her to break into the Capitol building.
Yeah.
Much like any other institution.
And that's
they
the
shoot
thing,
your
it's-
ass. That's it.
This is that murky area of life, right? Where, like, you have the right to protest. You have the right to also say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, when you let people vent their opinion, the want to get aggravated in your protest dwindles.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the biggest misdirection is that these kids and a lot of people think that these fucking platforms are actually their voice. Like, that it actually matters and that people are hearing it. They're not. And, like, if you have something to market, that's great. And this is where I think podcasting is super fucking powerful. because it's one thing you can market where you can be your fucking self, and like your tone, your joke, your opinion, your whatever, it fucking comes across in the clip. It comes across in the post. Yeah. Like there's a tone and a vibe to match. Mm-hmm. When you're just writing fucking text like a Elliot Rodgers manifesto, right? That should be concerning. Yeah. I have a lot of opinions, but I'm not going to write a fucking book on them.
I mean, the
right?
the guy had a plan, okay? You know, any of these things, like even with some of these conspiracy theorists and QAnon and stuff like that, when they write this stuff down, like the written word was the original way of getting things across anyway. I don't know why people try to downplay that shit.
And that's what I'm saying is like, if you had put this much effort into stopping kids posting violent content online, right? Like, where's Logic's song about this hotline?
There it is.
You know what I mean? Like, do you call 1-800-44-FAG? You probably can't. Right? So
I wouldn't be surprised if it was an actual number mixed in with a bunch of shit.
That's going to be our show hotline. I could only make a joke out of hearing about it because my heart breaks for the kids whose lives are lost. That is fucking upsetting. But when teachers don't say anything, when internet moderation doesn't fucking even bring up a red flag, but if I have a Best Buy logo in the background, the algorithm smashes that shit to the bottom. So the same way, God forbid, if you're on YouTube and a Mariah Carey Christmas song is playing in the background while you're walking through the mall on your live stream. It's all these funny things that, like, if the motive wasn't money, it sure as shit seems like it. So all this moderation of hate speech, angry talk, blah, blah, blah.
They're just PR statements.
Right. Because now it's meta, right? The second they realized they failed after the 18th congressional meeting Zuckerberg had to go to, we're giving up on that. Now Jack Dorsey steps down. Now all of a sudden my hands don't fucking get dirty.
But he still collects a check.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, your fucking hands stay clean, but your fucking pockets get green, baby.
That's right.
Like,
I mean,
is that an al dente bar?
No, I'm keeping that one.
Right. But once again, you know, that's pretty much what they do. Like they're never going to admit they're wrong, and even though they go about 10 yards to go ahead and prove how wrong they are every fucking time, and that goes with a lot of anything. Just no responsibility.
I think the other thing too is the Karen freakout memes are funny to me. They're funny for a while, but a part of me starts to wonder, like, what happens when one of these Karens pulls out a fucking gun?
And that's coming.
Right. Or what happens when one of these Karens fucking drives through a fucking parade? Right? Like, because we can sit down and then we should probably have a deeper conversation. Like, I don't mean us three, but like society can have a deeper conversation of why do these women fucking freak out over control? Maybe it's because in this world that we're all made to believe that we can control with all these apps and shit. Right, you can filter exactly what you want your experience to be, has programmed a bunch of people who are taking it too fucking seriously that the world has to fucking bend and twist to what they want it to be. Because I haven't seen this kid's videos. Looking by the look on his face, something or someone has told this kid that it's the world's fault for blah, blah, blah. Something in this kid's face reads that the world has tormented me to a point. But this is a kid who's old enough to be on the fucking Jeffrey Epstein plane. He should be rubbing feet. I think that is it. You guys got anything you want to plug, announce, dictate, tell people, spout?
Check out my OnlyFans.
Hell yeah. Fansly, here we come. Cameo.
And then cold shower, bro. All right, now let go.
Cold shower, guys. Cold shower.
Other than that, Jams 37 will kick off the J360 holiday rush. There'll be a lot of holiday content coming through, and of course making fun of how commercialized things are, and you know, just keeping the flavor going strong. And there will be some holiday haul episodes on the Hangouts, so you guys get to team up again, so it'll be great.
Hell yeah. All right, well guys, this is another certified street hood classic banger. And I appreciate you for joining in. Anybody listening, I appreciate you for joining in. And gentlemen, we will sign off. Thank you so much. This was fucking rad.
No problem.
And then I'll catch you all in the group chat. Not you listening, but you guys. All right, later.
Laters.
Breast milk science. It's a thing, and it's our thing. We're ByHeart. We're an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most super food on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We make our formula in our own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, using a small batch manufacturing process that works to preserve the integrity of our ingredients. We ran the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in 25 years and clinically proved benefits like easier digestion, less gas, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. We were the first infant formula company to earn the Clean Label Project Purity Award. And while we've put a lot into ByHeart, there's a long list of things you won't see on our ingredient list, like no corn syrup, no maltodextrin, no GMO ingredients, no soy, no palm oil. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.